When I was a freshman in college, I was still living in my rather small hometown. I hadn't decided on my major, but my passion was in theater. However, the school didn't have much of a theater program, and outside of that, there were few, if any, acting opportunities in town. Then, one day, I saw a flyer calling for volunteer scare actors for the haunted house at the upcoming fall festival. Obviously, I jumped on the opportunity, even though it wasn't a paid gig. In the weeks prior, I went out to rehearse my role. It was a super low budget operation inside a small warehouse, and the entire haunted house was a set put together with paper thin walls. I was meant to be a vampire, but unfortunately, not a genuinely scary looking one, but a classic Dracula style vampire. I was supposed to jump out at people from my hiding spot, do some vampiric hissing and screaming while baring my vampire teeth, then reset for the next group. It felt really cheesy, and I didn't expect it to scare anyone over the age of 10, but with the makeup and prosthetics, I was sure nobody would recognize me, so I decided to go all out. On the night of the festival, the crowd was a lot bigger than I expected, so I knew I was in for a long night. Inside the haunted house, people were coming every 30 seconds, non-stop for hours. A lot of them weren't that scared by me, but most people were startled at least. Some did act genuinely afraid. However, others just laughed at me. None were worse than these two douchebags I saw about halfway through the night. They seemed about my age, but they were piss drunk. They laughed at me hysterically when I jumped out at them, but it got much worse than that. I was about to retreat into my hiding spot when one of them recognized me and called me by my name. That's when I realized they went to my school. I tried to play it off in character and say there was nobody there by that name. That only made them laugh even harder. I had to break character and ask them to move on, so the next group didn't run into them. But as soon as I got serious with them, their attitudes changed instantly. They started stepping towards me, raising their voices and threatening to kick my ass if I ever told them what to do again. I tried to apologize and explain why I asked them to move, but that didn't go over well either.